I'm Alora.
And I'm Leanne.
And we're back with another video interview for you, this week featuring the talented Nicole Rayy.
Yay!
Nicole has certainly been making waves since entering the Canadian country music scene in 2012 with her debut EP called Only Everything. And she doesn't seem to be slowing down even with a pandemic happening. Growing up in Oakville, Ontario, Canada, but now residing in Alliston, Ontario, this passionate performer has been writing and playing music since she was young, where she was enrolled in piano and vocal lessons and participated in musical theater and talent shows to gain some experience. Music has always been her place of refuge and safe haven to express herself, which is evident with the material she puts out. With the release of her second album, Dig, in 2016, Nicole said the album was 100% who she was.
Well, it seems this music philosophy has certainly met its desired mark, as she has garnered a very healthy fan base through her hard work and authenticity. She has received numerous CMAO nominations over her music career thus far and has made her rounds on the festival scene, performing at such venues as the iconic Calgary Stampede, Manitoulin Country Fest, Indie Week, the World Music Festival in Shanghai, China, and Trackside Music Festival, just to name a few. Nicole has also opened for such artists as Canadians Aaron Pritchett and Brett Kissel, and has shared stages with Crystal Schwanda and the Chris Buck Band. Nicole recently released a 6-song EP called All Woman in late March, and we will be asking her about that a bit later. And she also released her newest single, Broken Boys, in late August, which she will be performing acoustically live tonight, so you have to stay tuned for that. It's going to be amazing. So we are very excited to delve further into Nicole's life and career thus far. So how about we get started?
All right.
Well, hello, girl.
Hey.
Hi. So nice for you to be here with us today. We're very excited to chat with you.
I'm so excited. Thank you for taking the time.
Oh my God, anytime. So we do love to know how music kind of shows up in people's lives and like what they're motivated for in terms of wanting to start a music career. You did actually drop out of first year university to actually pursue music, which is super passionate and dedicated. I'm sure you're
lucky for me, I have supportive family. I'm sure they would have wished in another life I was like a doctor or a lawyer making a ton of money, but they're very, very supportive that I dropped out of school. And yeah, for me, I'd already been so passionate about music, but I kind of felt like, I'm supposed to go to university and like get a regular job. And, I sort of felt like I fell into that. That's what I was supposed to do. And then after a year, I was like, no, screw this. I want to follow my passion. Like, if I'm going to do this, I got to start now.
Honestly, that's like so brave, because so many people do just go, oh, I should buy a house. I should go to school. I should, like, what's a normal job even, really?
Right?
Like, why are you
nowadays?
Yes, exactly. People are probably like, man, I wish I didn't have to do like 30 Zoom it. Like, I want to do a Zoom concert instead.
Right? Way cooler.
It is so much cooler, so much more fun. So that is very exciting. So I guess just like kind of bring us through the motivation. I mean, you said you love music. So what your motivation may have been like before, now you've kind of been doing it for years, but what would have been your initial motivation? Like, what are your influences that kind of led you down the path? And like how it changed kind of throughout the years, like what your motivation and messages are even that you wanted to.
So I think for me, there's always kind of been this constant of music is, I say sometimes that it's a little bit selfish, because it's like I make music to express my emotions, and that's kind of where it started. As a kid, I would, like carry this little notebook around with me everywhere I went and like sort of jot down these like little poems or lyrics. And it was always just a way for me to express myself. And, now as an artist and growing up and kind of figuring out my ways as an artist, it's still about that, but now it's also about saying those things and expressing those emotions to connect to other people. It's, for me, even listening to music, the thing that I love about it is when you hear a song and somebody's explaining a situation that they went through, you can listen and be like, oh yeah, like I've gone through that exact same thing. Like, thank God I'm not alone. Somebody else gets me. And that's always what I'm trying to do with my music. That's sort of my message, and what I'm passionate about is being able to be honest about my emotions and hope that other people can connect with that.
Yes. Honestly, that's what I love about the arts and music. Like, I mean, firstly, because of that, it's true.
Thank you.
Well, also what I actually saw, I think on your website, was that this quote was, people have always asked me, who do I sound like? And my answer has always been, I sound like me, which honestly is amazing. And like, you don't want, like when people try to compare you or they'll say something, it's never about that for you. You've always kind of had the beat of your own drum. Is that how you've always lived?
Absolutely. And of course, I draw inspirations from other artists and people have influenced me over the years. But yeah, when people ask, who do you sound like? It's like, well, duh, I sound like Nicole Rayy. I sound like me. I mean, everybody else is taken in the world, right? So why not just be yourself? And that's always been a big part of it for me. I think that the artists that we truly connect with too as an audience are artists that are very authentic. It's You can tell it's really them. This is the art they want to make. And so yeah, that's very important to me.
I absolutely love that. I find country music though is very much like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of honesty.
Yeah, and the story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really
very much about like the storytelling and like the real life events.
Yes, agreed, and very down to earth. Most of them. All right, well, thank you. That's exciting.
So we noticed that you played the World Music Festival in Shanghai, China, which is super cool.
Yeah.
So you could tell us about that experience and how that came about, and anything crazy or interesting will happen.
That's just been like the craziest experiences because I've done it 4 years now. I really wish I could, be going right now. This is kind of the time of year where we normally are over there doing that, and I'm a little bit sad, of course, that we don't get to have that experience this year. But it's been like the most incredible journey doing that. It started because my parents actually were living in Shanghai for a while. My dad's job took him out there. And so I just, got on a plane and went to visit them, and this festival was going on, and I thought, okay, like how do I figure out how to come visit and be a part of this festival? And I kind of figured, fat chance that I'm going to get in, but I was like, well, I'll send these people some music. Somebody that my dad knew somebody who worked for the festival. So kind of through there, I got a connection to send some music in, and they were like, yeah, we'd love to have you next year. Like, come on back. And I was like, are you sure?
Oh my God.
This is crazy. And so, yeah, the first time doing it, just like getting on that stage and having all these people on the other side of the world who have no idea who I am be that appreciative of my music is just insane. And like I said, they've had me back for quite a few years, and honestly, I feel like a huge celebrity when I go over there. Like,
how is it?
They're like in love with me and the band. They just like, people know the words to my songs, and it's insane. And like they'll be like lineups to come talk to me, and I'm like, really? Like,
that's incredible.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's been such a great experience. I can't wait to go back and hopefully do that again. Maybe next year.
Yes, I hope so. Oh my God. It's so crazy, all the festival. I feel so bad, like for all the just all the organizing that goes into those, and to see it go like, ugh.
I know. I really hope that 2021 we can at least bring some more live music back and have some more festivals, but such a crazy world we live in right now, and I guess we'll have to see what the future brings. But I know we're all missing, live music. So whatever we can do to make it possible.
I agree. Which honestly, we are actually going to talk about your live music experience that you just had, because you organized an all-female drive-in music festival called Harmonia Fest.
Yes.
And yeah, the Italian Cultural Center of Milton, Milton, Ontario. And yeah, so it included Lee Daniels, Alyssa Cole, and Bree Taylor, just to name a few of them. So tell us about the festival and what kind of inspired you to found that and organize it, and how did it go? Like, this is so cool.
Oh my God. Such an amazing day. But I first had the idea for this about a year ago. It was November. I was actually on a trip in Winnipeg playing some music there, and they started announcing like all the lineups for 2020, and like pretty much all of them were all dudes. And I just remember being so upset, like, where are the ladies? Why aren't they being represented? And I called my mom and I was like, this is so stupid. Like, why are there no females on any of these, or no female headliners? I was like, you know what? Like, I just want to start my own festival. And of course, she kind of thought I was crazy at first. And then she was like, okay, well, we'll figure out how to make this happen. And my parents were a huge help in, making it really possible. But yeah, it was just an incredible day. I think mostly just to show people, like fans and the industry, how much of a sisterhood that we are in Canadian country. Like the females have really come together in the last few years. I think we all kind of had this mindset before where it was like, oh, we have to compete with one another in order for us to make it to the top. And then we're all like, okay, this is absolutely ridiculous. We all want to support each other and be here for each other. And, that's how we make it to the top and that's how we rise. And so it's just been really important to me to show that bond that we have and, show how much talent there is because the females are amazing and they're not showcased enough. So I'm so thankful to everybody who came out and supported that day. And of course, the Italian Cultural Center of Milton for letting us have it there. And yeah, it was an amazing, amazing day. And I'm already working on plans for Harmonia Fest #2 next year. So I'm hoping we can keep it going.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the fact you could do it within the pandemic. So
yeah.
And also it was in support of the Halton's women's place.
Absolutely.
You did.
Yes, I'm so glad that we were able to support them. It's always been, my hope to support causes that are close to my heart, but especially causes that support women, and they do such amazing work. So I was so happy that we were able to support them on that day.
Oh, it's so great. And I mean, just even you talking about like the whole idea with the women, like how men are so overrepresented and the females are very underrepresented because we actually did a show with the High Women High Women as an episode.
Yeah.
But they had the same kind of thing where that's what their whole goal was with the women, like how men are so overrepresented and the females are very underrepresented because we actually did a show with the High Women High Women as an episode. But they had the same kind of thing where that's what their whole goal was. And I mean, a lot of female country artists too at the award shows are all like saying the same kind of, they're just like, no more. It's so ridiculous.
Right?
Yeah.
We're all reached our end. We're sick of it. We're like, what is this? Why aren't these females being represented? And yeah, it's time. I feel it coming though. Like the rise it's going like this, and there's going to be so many awesome females represented soon.
Yeah, because we have voices too.
Sorry, boys, move over.
That's right. We make sense as well. All right. Well, Alora, thank you. That was amazing.
So, you were just nominated for the CMAO for Female Artist of the Year, which is amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Yes.
And you played there as well, which is awesome. So, yeah, tell us what that experience meant for you, and do these types of things motivate you to keep going with music?
It was another drive-in event too.
Yeah, it was another drive-in.
Yeah, which was great. I'm so excited that they made the event happen because I was obviously so excited and honored to be nominated, but then it kind of looked like we weren't going to have an award show this year, which was a little bit sad. And then, like they just made this happen. The CMA Ontario is amazing. So amazing people put this together. The first ever drive-in award show. It was so much fun. It was freezing cold.
Oh yeah, I bet.
It was like as soon as I got on that stage and I was jumping around, I warmed right up, and it was just amazing. I've never performed at the CMA Ontario Awards before. I've of course been many times, but this was a true honor to be able to be on the stage and be able to represent women in country, and I had the best time. It was so wonderful, and of course I was so honored to be nominated amongst all those talented women. I mean, they're all top notch, and so I couldn't have asked to be in better company.
Oh, I bet. And it would have been so nice to see each other.
It's nice because we don't get to see each other that often, and especially right now, the opportunities are limited. So it's so nice when you can see each other in person and really, be there to lean on each other and talk about everything you've been going through in the industry. So it was wonderful.
Oh, I bet. No, that'd be so cool. Well, yeah, because like everyone is missing each other, and I guess they would have to have had like the protocols kind of in place as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, a lot of things were pretty distanced, and like they, of course, people backstage had to wear masks, and of course, you can't run up and hug people like you really want to, but I was just so glad they made it work though, and that we were able to have the show because I think we
Totally.
really needed it. Like any chance to, have live music right now is like, oh my gosh, thank God.
I agree. And actually, the next question kind of ties into the pandemic because, because we're actually really interested in like finding out how it's kind of affected people because obviously the industry has kind of gone to shit in some way, and it was hit hard. People's tours were canceled, like a domino effect. Yeah, I bet for you too. Well, actually, I'll ask you that after. But how has it been for you? Like, have you been having any revelations? Like, were you like reveling in the slowdown? Like, because you've been really busy. Like, so.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a crazy 2019, but then I was kind of like pumped up for 2020 to be even bigger. And then, when this started happening, I was pretty disappointed at first because it was like, oh, I feel like my career's on such a momentum. And then this kind of like stomped on everything. And I was just really worried that, I was going to have to like wait a year or two to sort of make things happen. But then I kind of, had this revelation where I was just like, no, like, what can I do right now while I'm at home? What can I make happen? And, crazy for me, 2020 has been amazing. Putting on my own festival, being nominated, getting to perform on the award show. I mean, all of these things that I've never done before. So for me, it's just kind of been like hustling, what can I do at home? What can I make happen? What projects can I start? So I've been keeping pretty busy.
No kidding. I'm really impressed. All right.
So lastly, you released a new 6 EP song EP. Wow. This March, called All Woman. And if you could tell us the inspiration behind that and sort of even the story behind the video you did with that with the other female country artist, which was super cool with the All Woman song. And do you feel you've grown since your last release?
Yeah, you had Dig in 2016.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, from Dig to All Women, I think we can see, I can even see personally just like my growth as an artist and, finding more of a voice in what I want to say and put out there as a message. And I think a big thing is just like so many of my songs have been sort of centered around relationships and, the other person. And with this album, with songs like Fireproof and All Women, it was like I really wanted to say what I have to say as a woman and as an individual, especially for All Women. That was like my big purpose. I was like, I want to write something that says, hey, this is me as a woman. You don't have to fit inside this box or, be any certain thing to be a woman. You can be whatever you want. And of course, I wanted that, message to empower other women and bring women together, which was then my inspiration for that video. So when I was filming the music video originally, I thought about doing something like that, and it just kind of didn't work to coordinate all these people at the timing that we were filming the video, the music video. And so I decided to go another way with the music video. But then when quarantine happened, I was like, okay, well, everybody's at home right now. Like maybe all these ladies have the time to, create this right now. And so I just kind of put it out there in the universe to some ladies, like, do you have time? Would you want to sing this song and be in this video? And they were all super responsive and like so happy to do it. And of course, I'm just so glad. And so I actually edited that whole video and put it together myself. But like when people were sending me it and when I was like building this audio and putting all these voices together, like I literally had goosebumps the whole time. Like it just brought me so much joy to hear all these women singing this empowering message and have all these voices together. So I love that video. Like every time I watch it, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna cry and I have goosebumps.
Oh, that's so great. And so neat that you're actually like you spearhead these things and you're kind of that leader, I guess, that is kind of like bringing this stuff kind of into the forefront of the industry in Canada.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That concludes our interview portion.
Right.
That was very beautiful.
All right, so this is the rapid fire portion.
All right.
I'll ask you as many questions
In a minute.
within a minute.
Whew, okay, got it.
We have a timer.
Okay, I'm ready.
To the top of your mind first.
Hold on. So are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I know. Clear your mind and just go.
Breathe.
Okay.
And we're gonna go 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Road trips or airplanes?
Road trips.
Is it wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
No.
Last song you downloaded?
Oh. I feel like I just stream on Spotify, so I don't know that counts as downloading anymore. Couldn't tell you.
Okay. If you could ask the universe one question, what would it be?
Rapid fire is hard. My brain works too slow. I feel like if I could ask the universe one thing, it would be like, why do certain like natural disasters happen?
That's a good one.
What are you most proud of?
Following my passion in life.
Ooh, yes. If you could sing one song on The Voice, what would it be? 12 seconds.
A song of my own or a cover song?
Anything.
Any song.
Oh, okay. All Woman.
Climbing a mountain or jumping out of an airplane?
Ooh, climbing a mountain.
And, done. Oh,
Nice.
you did
Too slow.
well. Those are kind of tough to do, some of them.
That was hard, yeah. I was like, download. I feel like I never download any music anymore, I guess, because you're always like streaming stuff now.
Yeah, exactly.
True. It's true. That was probably like an old list. I like to try to, sorry.
From the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I haven't updated.
I
Yesterday.
feel like my answer would have been like, Linkin Park? I don't know.
That would have actually been hilarious. You know, in 1990.
Oh, that was the last thing I downloaded. Like, I love Linkin Park, but.
So you recently released your newest single called Broken Boys, which is awesome, by the way.
So,
and the music video is amazing as well, which was produced by Leah Daniels and Tim Deegan, which is awesome.
They're awesome. They're so great to work with.
I bet.
So yeah, just let us know what the song is about and what inspired it, or yeah.
So this song was actually one that I didn't write, and it was written by Dave Thompson, Emily, and Megan Patrick. And I'm just so lucky that, you know, I get to be the voice to put it out there and share it with the world. I'm so glad they gifted it to me. But this song, so it's about, you know, something I think a lot of us can relate to is that, you know, falling for somebody who we're trying to fix or change, and then kind of, you know, maybe being disappointed that we can't. And for me, the reason that I like connect with this song so much is, yes, because I've been through that experience, but also because I want to spread this message of learning from that experience. And that is that, you know, we're all a little bit broken. We all have our baggage and such in life, but you know, it's important to, you know, find someone to help you carry that in life, but never at, you know, the expense of yourself. It's always important to make sure you're never sacrificing yourself.
I totally agree with that. That's
right.
amazing.
Take it
All
away.
right, take it away.
Yes.
My daddy told me that if something ain't working, you don't just throw it away. Calloused hands and a wrench in his pocket, yeah, he can fix anything. Guess I'm a product of my race, and that's why I'm always chasing something that needs saving, like broken boys thinking under my skin. I want let them in so I can put the pieces together. Broken boys that like the wild Mustang. I think that I can take screws and roll them forever, but I'm the hero of this story, going down and claiming the glory. Even if it breaks before you break down, broken boys. We all got vices, and I guess the one of mine is that kind of get off on pay. Yeah, I sound a little twisted, but when I taste that cancer, it runs right through my veins. Broken boys thinking under my skin. I want let them in so I can put the pieces together. Broken boys that like the wild Mustang.
with Nicole Rayy and Damon, her awesome guitar player. Holy crap. Your voice is so good. I mean, both of you, that was amazing. That's incredible. No, for real. We got
so much.
It was so good. We got serenaded on Thursday.
Hey.
Thank you so much for that. Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
My pleasure. Thank you, ladies, for taking the time to do all this research and get to know me, and for doing this interview. It's been so much fun.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure. So, anyway.
Oh, yeah. So
Yay.
thanks again. Thank you so much. That song will be stuck in my head now. It
Perfect.
just stuck in my head from every time I've listened to it. So.
Yes.
Just let the audience know where they can find you online and your website and anything that you have coming up that you want to share.
So you can find me at Nicole Rayy with 2 Y's, because spellingcount.com. I'm also facebook.com/Nicole Rayy Music, at Nicole Rayy Music on Instagram, and at NRay on Twitter. And I've got a couple shows coming up next week. I've got a next all-woman live show, which is the show that I host with all the females, all the talented ladies, which will be Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then also next Friday, you can catch me at Studebaker's in Burlington.
Ooh,
Awesome.
That's close to us.
Bye-bye.
Yes.
Maybe we will.
Yeah. Yes. Well, thank you for that. And again, yeah, thanks for being here with us and doing this.
My pleasure.
Yeah, it's been so great.